What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Locks here on RotoGrinders, presented by Scores and Odds. If you haven't checked out Scores and Odds, go sign up. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel because this is moving over to the Scores and Odds YouTube channel next week. So this is the last time it'll be on the RG channel. So go subscribe. You need to go subscribe over there. Also follow on Twitter if you are watching it on Twitter. So follow the Scores and Odds there. Or if you like Twitch, I still don't understand it, but we're streaming on Twitch. I don't get it, but it's there. I am joined by one of the best future bettors I have ever met and a pretty darn good sports bettor all around, Zach Price at Zachonomics over on Twitter. How you doing over there, Zach?
Grant, great to see you. Your beard is outdoing mine. I just trimmed mine, so you got the beard of the day. I'm showing the logo of Circle on my hat today just because they don't offer props, and we're going to offer props, so I didn't want to single any book out. I noticed you got yours on backwards. I would try to guess your hat, but you always have these crazy logos, so I'm not even going to guess.
Yeah, it's Cascada golf course down in Vegas. It's not technically owned by Caesars anymore. It used to be, but that's where they send all their VIP players. I played it 3 or 4 times through Super Draft events or through Caesars events. It's a beautiful course. One of my favorite in the U.S. And also, I love this hat. I just love it.
We will have to play. We will have to play that course, but it's all about the hat. If you don't like the hat, you can't sport whatever logo's on it.
Yeah, no, that is definitely true. But we got a nice little 9-game slate today. Let me see. Yeah, 9. I've got a decent amount of bets already. I mean, just going through yesterday, by the way, 17-6 on props over the Grant's Action Lounge Discord. Absolutely destroyed. I cleared almost 5 figures yesterday, so it was a darn good. Yeah, no, I crushed.
I think I had a good night too, Grant. I know I didn't post them on your site, but you got my props. I had a nice little night. I hit Morantz over on assists, Capella under 0.5 turnovers, a couple things like that. I was 7-4, so I'll take it.
Yeah, you really can't argue with that. But guys, if you haven't signed up for the Grant's Action Lounge Discord, just go to scoresandodds.com/Discord. I'm going to throw it in the chat right now, and it's going to be free for the next few weeks. But yeah, posting all my bets in there. It's pretty simple. Just go to that website, sign up, and I'm posting literally all my bets. I mean, you can see it here on screen. This is every single one of my bets, everything that's in that work paper right there that's in front of you. All of them are right there. Just look at the pinned tweet and boom, free money. Yeah. But let's get right on into the slate. We'll just go game by game here. We'll start off with the first game, Indy at Detroit. I have nothing on this so far. There's a few that I'm thinking about. I was thinking about Halliburton over on points. I was thinking about Brogdon over on points. Cade over on points was something I was going to hit, but he's currently questionable. So I don't know if his line is currently out right now. It looks like it's on Maximum Bet, and that's it. And they won't. Maximum Bet is weird. They give me 1 bet a day. My first bet they will allow for some reason. I don't know if it's just random like that or if it's a trend, but my first bet they'll all right, we'll push that through. My second bet never lets me do it. Never.
What happens, Grant, when you go for that second bet? Maybe I could answer your question here. Tell me what happens.
It just says putting it down, reviewing. And they don't tell me it doesn't get accepted. They don't tell me anything. I just know when I look and I see that the lines move 20 points that they did not accept it. So yeah, they all I think they just use me to move some of their bad lines every day, which can't blame them. But yeah, it's bad. We got Yeezy in chat mentioning Embiid over points. That's not something I've hit yet today. I'm thinking about it. It's not terrible. You can get it -105 over on Caesars. It's a pretty solid overall line there at 29.5 over on Maximum Bet. So I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's just kind of fine. It's not an easy matchup going versus Cleveland, but we'll get to that when we get to the Philly game. Do you have anything in this Indy game right now?
I was looking at Stewart under points, but it just was the ROI wasn't high enough for me, so I just am going to lay off.
Yeah, not really a great game. I mean, we'll see. Scores and odds. I know likes the Brogdon over on points. Yeah, but
this stage in the year, I don't know what's good. He could have a monster, or he could just give way to Halliburton. I'll just put out the Stewart. What I had on him. So the prop was under 9.5 is what I liked. The ROI was pretty good on it actually, but I looked at his game log and he basically has to get 10 points and he's gotten 10 or more in, let's see, 7 of the last 10. So I just said, you know what, forget it. I'm not going to mess with it.
Yeah. Shannon asking if you only hit one prop today, what is your bet? It's SGA. It's absolutely SGA over 27.5, 28.5 points. So let's see. I got it 28.5 at plus 100. I think it's saying it plus at minus odds at 27.5. I hit it 28, but yeah, SGA averaging over a point per minute without Gideon Dort on the floor. Great matchup going up against Minnesota. Fastest paced team recently, or second fastest pace behind Orlando recently. Absolutely fantastic spot for SGA. I hit his over on points. I hit his over on points and assists. I'm probably going to hit his PRA and PR. But yeah, absolutely love SGA. I even hit his alt lines, but we'll get to that when we get to that game. Let's go Atlanta going up against Washington. Another one where I don't have a ton of bets. I currently have Kuzma over 20.5 points. That's one that I definitely like. Other ones that I'm thinking about in that game are going to be potentially Capella over rebounds, Capella over points, Capella over points, rebounds, and assists. It's not quite as good as it was yesterday going up against Vooch where they really needed him. I'm waiting on the Okongwu and the Collins news before I really decide to hit it. If they're ruled out, then I'm probably going to hammer it. But outside of that, it's really just Kuzma over 20.5 points. Let's pull up your bets. Do you have anything in this spot here?
No, I don't think so. I was looking at the Kuzma under PRA, but he's just blowing up too much for me to touch it. So that's what popped up for me. I just laid off it. I'm not going to mess around right now.
Yeah, the numbers really don't say bet him, but like just what he's like, he should regress at some point. But I'm gonna I'm rolling with the hot hand. Let's just move on to an actual good game here where I know you've got a few bets and I've got a few bets. Cleveland going up against Philly. This is going to be a fun one here. Like this is going to be. I know you're a huge Cleveland guy. You're probably the biggest Cleveland homer I know, but this year it's been so profitable. I can't even call you a homer, really.
No, you shouldn't, because my allegiance is to my wallet, Grant. And so when the Cavaliers, post LeBron, I was never betting anything on the Cavs. I actually wasn't even a Garland fan until Sexton went down earlier in the year and Garland just took over the team. And now, I realize how good he is. But this is a good game. Did I see Embiid over assist on your sheet, or was that just my bet? I'm wondering if we both have that.
I in fact took the Embiid over on assists.
Where
is it?
I saw it on there, and I was like, "Hey, that's my bet." You got it at better odds than me. You must have hit that earlier in the day, because I just saw it at, what did I hit it at?
You hit it at plus 110. I got it at plus
110. Yeah, wow, and I like it at plus 110. So I'm guessing I just hit it before the show, so I'm guessing it's probably around plus 110 now over at Caesars, I want to say. Where did I get it? I just want to give the viewers the right info. Over at Barstool or Twin Spires or Bet Rivers, wherever you bet it.
Yeah.
Wherever you're not limited. Hit the Embiid over 3.5 assists. He averages 4.5. And I know the number's probably down on him. Yeah, he's averaging 4.4. I know the number's probably at 3.5 because they got James Harden and he's dishing out crazy number assists. But his since Harden's playing, Embiid's gone 3, 3, and 4. And so he's 1 and 2 on the over 3.5, but you're getting plus money. And those threes that he had, I wasn't watching the game, but that's just a missed shot by someone. I'm going to go with his season long 4.5 assists, even though Harden's there. Maxi's the guy who's losing assists to Harden. I don't think Embiid is, so I'm going to stick with that.
Yeah. Embiid actually hit in the 6 of the last 8 games, maybe 7 of the last 9. I can't remember. But yeah, the 2 games he missed by 1, and those were both hard games. So I can see why they put it at plus 130, but I'm glad I got it in there early. It's just a solid overall spot here. Like I said, you can go with the over on. You can go out the over on points. I personally, my second favorite bet on the board, Chan was asking, my first is SGA. My second favorite is Garland over 20.5 points.
Yeah.
I actually hit the over of Garland 20.5 points, and I hit the over of Garland 25 plus points and 30 plus points.
I like that over 20.5 for sure. I didn't realize that it was that low today. I'm going to have to revisit that one.
Yeah, no, absolutely fantastic. Plus 100 over on DK when I got it. I'm going to check and see where the best line was. Right now, it's at minus 105, minus 110 now over on FanDuel. But I got it minus 100. It's all the way up to minus 120 over on DK. So get in there now if you're going to get it. I saw you had a few bets. Markkanen under 0.5 turnovers at plus 179 on DK, and Mobley over 1.5 blocks, which I really like, at minus 181 over on Superbook.
Let me talk about the Markkanen one. So, like, you know, he's been often injured in his career. He had some really nice years with the Bulls. Between last year and this year, though, he's averaging like 1 turnover a game. So if you're going to give me, you know, he's either going to get 0 or let's say, you know, up to 2. He gets 1 a game. You're giving me, what was it, plus 180? Is that what I had? Yeah. Oh my gosh. So how many games has he had turnovers in this year? Let's take a look. He's played 42 games, and he has had a turnover in 24 of those games. So plus 180 is very profitable if he keeps this up. You know, he's coming off of an injury, and the Cavs, like you said, Garland's going to be handling the ball, scoring. Allen, you know, is shooting under the hoop. Mobley's taking more shots now. Kevin Love off the bench is taking a lot of shots. So just him handling the ball is going to be less, I think. Plus 180, like I'll roll the dice with that. And then with Mobley, maybe my favorite player on the Cavs, my favorite team. So he is a beast on the defensive end. He's a future defensive player of the year. In fact, I took some flyers. He
should be the defensive player of the year this year, really.
Yeah, I took some flyers on him at crazy odds. I don't even remember the odds. I think it was like 150 to 1. And he's had multiple block shots 27 times this year out of 54 games. That's exactly 50% of his games. He gets 2 or more blocks. And we're looking at plus 181 on a bet that hits half the time. I mean, that's an auto bet. Like, I don't even need to look at the matchup.
He's going to be guarding Embiid. Like, Embiid's going to shoot a ton. Like, Mobley is going to get 2 blocks, I think, in this spot. I really like that bet. You said it, where is it at?
That's Superbook. They have the best odds for blocks from what I've found. Yeah, so, you know, get your max bet in on Mobley 1.5 blocks at Superbook. Plus 181 is what I got it at on a bet that hits half the time. And he's only getting better, Grant. He's not, you know, this isn't his first game in the NBA. He's only getting better defensively. I don't think he's going to guard Embiid. I think Allen will. I don't know, though. I could be wrong. I mean, I think Allen will. He's just, oh, you know what? I learned something the other day about the Cavs. I hate to go on a tangent here, but the order of height, because I call them like 7-footers across that front line. Markkanen's the tallest. He's 7 feet.
Yep, 6'11".
Mobley's 6'11", and Allen's 6'10". So I don't know. I think Allen would guard him, but you could be right on this one. I'll be watching the game. I promise you that.
I have to assume that Mobley is guarding him anytime that they're in the game together. And I think, if I remember correctly, Mobley has kind of the same rotation as Embiid. He generally plays for about 8 minutes, gets yanked out, and Love comes in or Markkanen comes in, and then he comes in at the end of the first. And then I think the rotations are pretty similar. So I'm not going to be surprised if Mobley ends up guarding Embiid the entire game. So, I mean, he could get in foul trouble. He could not. But, yeah, I mean, it's a solid overall spot. Any other bets in this game that you want to go over, or is that it? You have Harden over 3.5 turnovers.
Yeah, Harden. Yeah, so I do
and
like that
Okoro over 11.5.
Yeah, I do have Okoro over 11.5 PRA today. Okoro's a guy that, like, he kind of like has some spurts, and it's all about like his 3-point shots. So he's averaging. Oh man, I just went to his game log. He's at. I'm on Mobley still. And Grant, I'm very impressed with your knowledge of the rotations of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Very, very impressed.
I may not watch that many games. I still watch a decent amount of basketball, but every single night, like, I don't know how my wife feels about it, but I'm like, hey, let's watch a movie, and I'm literally just looking at rotations and games and props the entire time on ESPN or DraftKings, like the entire time. So
I'm definitely not watching movies during NBA season. I am plugged in, and with Okoro, you know, he only takes a couple 3-pointers a game, but he shoots it well these days, especially with all the players back. He actually takes more quality shots, and he's great at grabbing rebounds. His season averages are almost 9, 3, and 2. So just with 9 and 3, he covers this thing without any assists. So I love it. I mean, if he hits a 3-pointer, it's almost a lock that he's going to hit this PRA. So I like it a lot. And then Harden over turnovers. Look, when he was playing with Brooklyn, he was getting like almost 5 a game, I want to say. Well over 4. Let me just verify this so I don't give out wrong information. 4.8 turnovers a game with Brooklyn. And so he's played 3 games with Philly, and he's only at 2.7 a game. I think the bookmakers' computers are just kind of like reading a little too much into the low turnovers in Philly. I know they're probably playing more controlled, throwing the ball in Embiid. But I got to roll with his historic. I mean, if you look at Harden's turnovers over the years, he hasn't averaged under 4 turnovers in like 7 or 8 or 9 years. So give me over 3.5 on him, even money.
Oh, gosh. I just got an email from, we'll talk after the show, but I'm not happy with customer support at one website that you were talking about earlier. Oh, gosh, this is a nightmare. I don't want to get into it. Yeah, you know exactly what it is. I've had to email 3 different customer support lines now.
I can't get in touch with them either. So if it makes you feel any better.
Yeah. Milwaukee at Chicago. I know that you like the Levine over on points in this spot, and I bet it yesterday. I'm not happy that it didn't win.
Right.
He missed by about 3 points, but then again, I also had the over on Vooch. I had multiple units on the over on Vooch. That hit. I had the over on Green. That hit. I had the over on Levine assists. So I went like 4-2 on Chicago bets yesterday. Like all the lines were too low. All of them went up about 2-3 points. Yes, Steve, it is Caesars. Yes, Caesars. They shut down their entire customer service line.
Their customer
for the state
service
of Colorado.
In general, I don't want. This is recorded. I'm not going to go crazy on them. But let's just say their customer service in general is like, I feel like they're hiring like the lowest of employees, and they're not like giving any care to their customer service. Whereas other companies like are all about customer service. So shout out to any sportsbook who cares about customer service. We as bettors need that because it's computer software that we're dealing with. So anyhow,
DK has the best customer service. Am I right?
They're very good. They pride themselves on customer service. They're very good. Zach LaVine, you lost. Shout out to DraftKings customer service. They do.
I was going to say they're sending me to the Avs game tomorrow, and me and you are actually going to be at the Nuggets game on Monday.
That's right. The big Nuggets game against the Warriors. So that is super fun. Zach LaVine, you missed it by a half point, Grant, last night. I'm assuming was it 22.5?
Yep.
Yeah, so you missed it by a half point, and in the game before he was 22.5, and he's actually his field goal percentage is pretty good. So I don't want to read too much into the last 2 games at 22 points that he's had. This guy can score in bunches, and his season average is 24.5. And so the prop is 22.5 tonight, I want to say again. And yeah, it is. And it's minus 108, so that's pretty standard. So I'm going to just go with Zach. I'm going to go with him. He's a scorer. I know DeRozan's taking over there, and Zach's been injured a little bit, but like, I don't know, man. I see Zach as like a 24, 25 point scorer. 24.5 is his average. So I'm going to lean to the over. This year he's hit it 69% of his games. He's hit over 23. Yeah. So I'm just going to roll with that and stick with it. This game, I had a couple other props. You mentioned Vooch. God, I got to look that one up again. I saw his points was at 19.5, and then it at least the site I was looking at dropped to 18.5. So I need to check if 19 is still out there. If 19.5 is still out there,
you can get over plus 110 at Caesars.
No, I'm not going over. I'm going under.
Okay, you can get the under at 19.5 over on Bet Rivers, Inspire, all those at minus 122.
Yeah, Vooch under 19.5. I am going to stick with that one then on your show. So last year, this guy, I bet his unders all throughout the playoffs when he was with the Magic, and he just absolutely murdered me. He was a machine, and now that he's with the Bulls, he really plays within the offense. It's almost like a typical Orlando thing where you go to a crappy team and you're young and you just can score, you can dominate, but your team's not going to win a lot. And then you go to a good team and you play within the system. He's a great center to have. Geez, I got to go.
Well, it kind of reminds me of like the big 3 in Miami, like Bosh just got lost. Like even the big 3 in Cleveland, like LeBron and Kyrie cut out Love for the most part while they were playing together.
Right. That's absolutely right. And so Vooch here, so I'm going to go like basically under 20, we're going to call it. He's been over 20. He's been 20 or over 19 times out of 56 games. He's only been over this prop 19 out of 56. And so that's 67% about. I'm just going to go with those odds. I'm going to take his under tonight as soon as I get off the show. I'm not going to be betting during your show on just a prop, but I will be taking that one.
Oh, I do. I do all the time.
Yeah, no, I was famous for taking the Joel Embiid 40-1 MVP on a Bet Rivers podcast. The guy told me it was 40-1. I was like, wait a second, I'm betting that now. That was back in December. Maybe the best bet I made all year.
Really wish you would have told me about that because I'm super happy on Joker.
Yeah. I was on the well, that's the other one I gave out that day is the Joker 16-1. So that had value too. In this game also, so I like Chris Middleton's turnovers over 2.5. He used to be a guy that I took the under turnovers on, believe it or not. It was almost an auto bet with me at 2.5. But this year he's averaging like the most he's ever averaged in his career. I don't know why this year he's having more turnovers, but he's almost at 3 a game. So I'm going to go over 2.5 turnovers, Chris Middleton.
I like it. That's pretty much all I got on that game.
I got one more, Grant. Can I give one more?
Yes, you absolutely can.
Well, I got 2 more. So, guys, Chris Middleton, sticking with him, his rebound prop was over 4.5 today. In the last 4 or 5 years, I'll give you the last 5 years on Middleton. He plays like almost every game. 5.2, 6.0, 6.2, 6.0, and this year he's at 5.4. And so the prop is over 4.5. He's got 5 years of body of work where he's over that number consistently by a large margin. I love it tonight. Must be something with the matchup.
I see that you have both the over on 3-pointers for both Portis and Grayson Allen too.
Yeah,
and
under on
Holiday.
Yeah.
Under on Portis, under on Holiday,
I'm
over
all
on
over.
Grayson.
There must be something in this matchup that the computers went wonky on. So let's just start with Portis. He's playing great this year. He averages 2 3-pointers a game. Okay, so I'm going under his 1.5 because I'm getting 1.46, 140 plus 146 odds on that one. This is about a coin flip. He hits this about 50% of the time, and they're giving me plus 146. So to me, I'm betting that. I'm taking the odds. With Grayson Allen, I'm taking the over 1.5 3-pointers. We know what he does. That's what he does. He shoots 3-pointers. He's averaging this year 2.5 3-pointers. And so I'm taking over 1.5. That's like a no-brainer for me at minus 118. And the other one was Drew Holiday. I'm going under on him as well. So Drew Holiday, the prop is 1.5. The under is plus 162. And he actually gets this exactly 50% of his games. So again, it's a 50-50 proposition, and they're giving me plus 162 on the under. I'm just taking the under, and I have a basket of these, Grant. You see, I have a couple of these. I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket. I've got a bunch of eggs in this basket. Holiday under, Portis under, Grayson over, and I have the edge on all of them. So I'm just going to let the chips fall where they may, let those guys shoot those threes, see what happens at the end of the game. If I only hit one, I'm still probably going to be okay. But if I hit two, I'm really doing well.
I'm hitting the Mobley over 13.5 points at minus 120 on Max and Bet.
13.5?
Yeah.
Man, I'm going to rush to BU on that one. Jeez, that's low.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I guarantee you're not going to be able to. You can still get it.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Well, you're not going to be able to get it at 13.5 at minus 120. Betfred has it at minus 135. I'm just seeing this is my first bet of the day. I'm gonna show you what ends up happening every single time. So I think that I think they're going to move it. I think they're going to take it off the board.
They're not going to give it to you. Is that what you're saying?
It's not looking like it. Generally, it'll go through at this point.
Is that frustrating?
Well, it's still at minus 120. You can try and head over to Max and Bet right now and try and bet it.
If you insist,
absolutely go do it. I'm just trying to figure out what is going to end up happening here.
Guys, this is what happens, sharing information.
And they just moved to minus 133.
And they didn't take the bet. That's
like, they don't even tell me that.
Yeah, that's like a movie that you want to share like on social media if you really want to like get angry at a book. You show them rejecting. Yep, it's 133 on my screen. You show them rejecting a bet and moving the odds. It's a shady practice. I'm not calling out Max and Bet specifically. I'm calling about any book that does that. It's not a good look.
There's two that do it. At least with points bet, they'll move the odds, and most of the time they'll give it to you for like $65.
Maybe.
That's my general.
Maybe. I don't know about that. I get like 20, but it depends on the bet.
Yeah. Oh well.
That's
Orlando
so
at
frustrating.
Orlando at Toronto. I don't know if I have any bets in this one. I'm looking. I don't think I like any. That Orlando rotation with the guards is just tough to try and figure out now with Fultz coming in there. And on the Toronto side, like, I think Van Vliet is officially out, is what I saw. So normally I bet Scotty Barnes. His points prop is looking pretty high.
They're on a back-to-back as
Siakam.
well. If you want to go with the Barnes over, you might want to be careful because they are. They did play last night, I think, and he had a double-double again. I might add, he's playing great. I'm worried about him on the Rookie of the Year front to get over my guy Evan Mobley. I think Mobley's going to win it based on just pedigree of how he started the year. But Barnes, man, he's playing great ball.
Yeah, I'm just checking out everything. I don't hate the over on Trent points of 21.5. I'll probably end up hitting that. I mean, we look at what he's done without Van Vliet and without OG, and Trent. Looking at the stats right now, he shot absolutely awful last night. I had the over. I'm still pissed.
Yeah, he was
4 for 23
last night. Yeah, it was crazy.
And the game before, 6 for 17. So the volume has been fantastic. I have to.
Yeah.
Gosh, let's see.
That's your guy. Him and Bain. Gary Trent and Bain is like the grand specials. The young gunners.
Over on FoxBet. Generally doesn't let me get a ton of money in on there.
No, they don't let me get anything down. $28 tops.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't play on them for like 2 years. I'm gonna see. Let's see what my max is over there.
At least they show your max, though. At least they show you can hit the max button.
Yeah, that's my favorite feature. Let's see. They might actually. It's sitting at minus 111. Max. Oh gosh, look at this. They're letting me get 277.78 on this.
I'm gonna have to steal your login. That's the biggest I've ever seen at Fox in the first week of NBA is when I was here in Colorado for the first time opening a Fox account. Oh, that stupid message. They give that to me every time too. I opened up a Fox account and then it was fine. Everything was fine, NFL. And then I bet NBA props opening night, and literally the next day I was limited. It was terrible. So good for you, Grant. Yeah. Good bet.
Well, so I said, I avoided using them for a long time until recently. And then during when sports betting first came online, they had a lot of bad live lines. So when I was live betting in the bubble, I ended up they were my least profitable site just because random variance. So I'm actually down a decent amount of money on them. From back
here's
then.
The thing, Grant. I'm down 2 to them, and they limited me.
That's so weird. Yeah. So strange.
Literally, yeah. But yeah, they do have good live lines. I've done a bunch of live arbs with them when I was able to bet with them.
Yeah. Let's move on to a fun game here. I really like a few bets in this one. Minnesota at OKC. Like I said, my favorite bet by far today is SGA over on points, over 28.5. I got it plus 100. It's moved up to plus 115, I think, or minus 115. 29, 37, 36, 32 in the last 3 games without Giddey and Dort in the game. He's absolutely crushing. He's driving constantly. Going up against Minnesota. Minnesota, a fast-paced team. Not really great defensively. I mean, he's going to have Russell guarding him. This is just an absolutely fantastic spot. I bet the over on points. I bet the over on points and assists. I bet 35 plus points, and I bet 40 plus points. 40 plus points at plus 900. Absolutely fantastic right here. I want all the SGA tonight.
Well, for me, Grant, it's just the numbers are just too high for me. They scare me. They just scare me, even though he keeps doing it. So I'm just sitting on the sidelines in this one. I saw Isaiah Roby 12.5 points on his prop. He hasn't played a lot of games this year, so his game log's kind of funky, but he just put up 26 in his last game. And so when that happens, sometimes the bookmakers will overvalue him. And so I hit his, did I even bet it? Yeah, I did bet it. I bet his under 12.5 points tonight. So he has a knack for just scoring in single digits. So he's got to get 13 to beat me tonight. I'm going to play that one. I'm going to go with the boring under on Roby and let you play with SGA's 40-pointer.
Yeah, our prop model, I don't think it's fully updated yet, but it has likes a lot of Malachi Flynn unders. I'm gonna have to look into that after this. And likes Gary Trent Jr. over 3.5 assists. Let's see what's the odds on that. Plus 110. I don't hate that. I might end up betting that. Likes the 8 and over points. Likes SGA over points. Likes Cunningham over 3-pointers.
I don't like that 8 and over. That 8 and over scares me, man. I don't know.
It does not. I mean, he with no Booker and no Chris Paul. I mean,
no Booker too. Yeah. I forgot Booker's out. Yep.
Yeah. The other bet I have on this game is Cat over 26.5 points. No Anthony Edwards. He should cross. I got a minus 105. I'm going to check and see what the line is currently sitting at for Cat. But my plus 105 was ridiculous to me. It's still sitting at plus 105 over 26.5 points. I mean, no Edwards. Cat's averaging 36 or over 30 points per 36. Good matchup. No one's going to be able to stop him over on OKC. The one thing that worries me is the blowout, but I really like that bet. Do you have anything in this game outside of Roby under 12?
No, let me see where they put
Baisley over under 7.
Yeah, I did take Baisley. Yeah, let me bring that one up. So Baisley, God, he keeps popping up on my model, and I've just been ignoring him because I know there's some lineup changes there. But I took a deep look into Baisley, 7.5 rebounds, and he's been just such a role player his entire career. He's very consistent at about 6 rebounds a game. This year he's got 6.5. The prop is 7.5, and I don't know, man. I just he gets 8 a bunch of times, like he does get 8, but for the most part he's under that. So if he gets 8 and beats me by a half, good for him. But he's only gotten 8 or more 19 out of 57 times. So again, even though there's a little rotation change, he may be playing more minutes. 2 out of every 3 games he's under this prop. I just am going to roll. In his career, he's always under this prop. I'm just going to go with the odds. The body of work on this one under Baisley, 7.5 rebounds. Even money at FanDuel.
Yeah. Let's see. Anything else? Now let's move on to the next game. We got Utah going up against the Pelicans. Yeah. I like the overs on McCollum and on what's his name? Ingram. So I bet both of them. McCollum's sitting at 22.5. It's a little bit too low. He's had 30 majority of the games they've actually been over there. Ingram at 20.5. And looking at Ingram's game log, he's not hitting this, but the volume
really
has been.
Seems like he's been.
Well, he put up 33 in the last game, 28 2 games ago. Outside of that, he's only 2 for the last 6 games.
Yeah, but look at that stretch he had 5, 7, 8 games ago. He's a scorer. Yeah. He averages like 24 a game most of his career when he's getting it on. I like that one too. I didn't hit that one, but I'm going to after the show. I like that one.
And I mean, he's been shooting poorly, like 6 for 21, 8 for 18, 8 for 18, 9 for 19. Like he hasn't been shooting fantastic, but the volume's been great. So I like the over on both. And then McCollum, I had the over of him and Ingram, same thing for the last game. And McCollum didn't end up getting there, but we look at the stretch before the last game, 22, 32, 38, 30, 23, 36. He's been doing it on a pretty consistent basis. So I like both of those quite a bit. Anything else that is in this game? I was thinking about betting.
I got one overs. Or two. Yeah. So me and you have been on the Gobert overs together lately, and we've been hitting them. I love the Gobert over again tonight. I liked his over 12.5 rebounds. That's what I first entered in there. But when I saw his PRA at 28.5, I just said, I'm just going to go with that because he's actually scoring pretty well too. So I'm going Gobert over 28.5 even money. I love it. He had a monster his last game. Utah's playing great. They're really rounding into form the way I've wanted them to all year. I love Gobert's over. I think he was my dark horse MVP to start the year, 500 to 1. He actually got down to about 60 to 1 until he got injured. So I like that guy a lot to both ends of the court.
Yeah, I'm actually going to hit that right now over on DraftKings.
Go for it.
Let me get 500 on it. I never know. Every single time it gets sent to review, I don't know if it's that Sam likes me over there, but half the time they end up going through. As long as it's, I've noticed anything over $500, they'll generally be like, no. So I try and I just go flat 500 or 400, depending on if it's plus odds or not. and hope. Let's see.
Right.
Going under review.
I think you'll get it.
Action required. Yeah, I think so too. 28.5 PRA. 500.
I just can't believe SGA is scoring so much, not hitting 3-pointers. Like, he doesn't shoot threes. It's unbelievable what he's doing.
He's like Morant, but without the ability to shoot threes. He drives to the hoop at the highest pace in the league. Like, he's fun to watch. Easy asking about McCollum over 2.5 3-pointers. Let me see what the odds are on that.
Love that.
It's one I hit pretty often. McCollum.
He just loves being
over
gone
on Caesars,
from Portland. Yeah.
I mean, he misses his buddy Lillard, but yeah, he definitely is happy to not be in Portland anymore. Yeah, I don't mind that one. Next game, we got Houston versus Denver. I've got nothing. I've got absolutely nothing here.
Denver. I have the boring one again. I have the Jeff Green over rebounds at 2.5. It's plus 108. I honestly, I like the odds on this one, but like, I honestly was shocked when I was looking at this. I was so surprised that like a Jeff Green rebound prop is at 2.5. He starts for the Nuggets. He's like 6'9". He's a crafty veteran. Like, you would think he's like boxing out and grabbing a couple of boards. I guess Jokic just steals all of his boards. I don't know. But I'm going with this one because the odds are pretty good. And I'm just going with the hard, cold fact that they're like at home against the Rockets. And I just like can see a lot of bricks coming from the Rockets and Jeff Green ball bouncing his way a couple times. I like it.
Yeah, you got me convinced. I'm throwing 500 on it right now over at BK.
Why not?
Let's see, action required. Let's see if it goes through. Come on. At plus 105, that's just
you got plus 105. Good, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the current best line out there right now.
I'm just going with my basketball knowledge on this one. I just can't believe he can't get 3 rebounds starting the game. It's just crazy to me.
Oh, went through nice. Yeah, no, it's definitely. But there's nothing else I really like here. I think it's.
I got the Christian Wood over in this one.
All right, tell me about that.
Christian Wood. Yeah, Christian Wood, 29.5. He's a guy that, like, I think he's like almost like a Vooch, where like if he ever gets on a good team, he's going to be a great role player, better than a role player. But he's averaging 18, 10, and 2, so that's 30 right there. And he's on the Rockets. They don't care if they win or lose. So I think the number's a little low because he's playing against Jokic. So you might want to be careful on that. But last game he played 43 minutes. I know it was an overtime, but that means he played 38 minutes, and then they just let him run. That was a couple nights ago, so no back-to-back here. He hit 4 threes in that game. He's almost a double-double machine at 20 and 10 almost. So I like the way he's trending. I'm going to roll with him to get 30 PRA or more. It's even money. I'll take it.
Yeah, I like that. Let's move on to the last game of the night here. We got the Knicks going up against Phoenix. As I said, I may end up betting I feel like I need to bet the 8 and over. I'm probably going to do this on the show. But I bet a lot on Julius Randle. I have the over of 20.5 points. I have the over of 30.5 PRA. And one of my favorite, over 3.5 turnovers at plus 140 over on Caesars. And then Barrett sitting at plus 130 on the over of 3.5 assists. I've got a decent amount of bets all around the Knicks side of this game. And I think they're all pretty solid ones. And I'm going to hit that. Let's see. Ayton is sitting at 17.5, minus 105 over on DK. Let's see what Crowder is. Crowder is sitting at minus 106.
They've raised the Crowder prop substantially, I noticed, this past week.
Oh, I mean, it's because Paul's been out and then Booker's out.
Yeah.
Bridges is sitting at 15.5. I might end up hitting those, but I'm for sure hitting the 8-1 of over. Here it is. Over on DK at minus 105, 8 and over points. Boom, throwing it in. Throwing 500 on that. What bets do you have?
So I don't have anything this game. I did miss one bet that I want to give out. It's the Valanciunas over 15.5. He averages 18 a game. It's over at Barstool Bet Rivers. It's 15.5. Most places have it at 16.5 today. Actually, not most, but some. So that's one I really like. And this game, I don't have anything. I'm going to let you play with Ayton. I am scared of that over Grant just because he doesn't play. Like, I feel like he doesn't get more minutes when those guys are out. He might get some more shots. He's a 16 a game guy with Paul and Booker in. So I'm just going to shy away from that. Just want to throw that one out there. If you lose that bet tonight, remember me.
Yeah, I mean, he's hit it in 3 straight, 18, 23, 20, and that 18-point game.
Oh, yeah, you're at 17.5. Yeah, last game he was 18.5, and I saw that he got 18. I was like, see, I don't know about that. But, yeah,
well,
17.5, you have a better shot.
It was because of the dang blowout.
Yeah,
he didn't play at all in the fourth.
You're not the only guy I know. Yeah, you're not the only guy I know who was on that bet. So I feel your pain. But 18.5, I did think was too high. So 17.5, that would be one more dunk by Eitan than he normally gets. I could definitely see that happening. Still too rich for my blood to bet it, but I got you there. I got you.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, go check out that's it. Pretty much it for us. Go check out the Grants Action Lounge Discord. Just go to scoresandodds.com/Discord. Subscribe to the Scores and Odds YouTube channel if you want to keep watching this, because that's where we're going to be streaming from now on, starting next week. Go follow us on Twitter, Scores and Odds, and Twitch if you're into that thing. But Zach, thanks for joining me. You should be back here every Friday, anytime that. But it's going to be a fun slate. And are you going to the Nuggets game tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to be going to the Nuggets game. Nice little Friday, relaxing evening, close the day out. Everyone check out my show, Denver Sports Betting. I'm the host. And obviously check me out on Twitter at Zachonomics. Yeah, well, thanks for joining us, guys. It's been fun. We're out of here.